Radio, where we take business to the next level.
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome back to Business Talk Radio. We have a very special guest speaker on today from Boulder, Colorado. She's an intuitive spiritual teacher, Amy Satori. How are we doing, Amy?
Hello, beautiful people. I just wanted to let you know that sometimes we've had some trouble with the phone lines at the network. So what I'm doing is, if the phone number changes, if the call-in phone number changes, I post it on Instagram before the show every week. So if you're on my Instagram, you'll get alerted there. Or if you plan on calling into the show that week, just check my Instagram to see if I've posted a new phone number. But this one should stick, at least for a while, hopefully. And I'm also going to change the phone number underneath in the description of whatever my latest video is that just went out on YouTube. So in both places. So if you don't have Instagram, go to YouTube, look at my latest video, and check out the phone number that's underneath that video. Okay. And that new number is, it's 631-569-4576. Now, what you guys, I made some notes. I just made a little speech beforehand to read to you guys. I want you to know this is only my opinion as an intuitive, a very good intuitive. But this is only my opinion. If you don't agree with me, that's perfectly fine. So I'm just going to say this, and then we can move on. And there is another subject I would like to cover depending on, how many calls we get. Okay?
Sounds good to me.
So, thank you. The Minnesota governor recently, Tim Walz, said, "This looks like a military operation with ringleaders going from city to city, and I couldn't agree more. First, the healthcare hoax we learn the truth about in an interview with nearly 200 doctors you can watch at http://LondonReal, REAL.tv, that's television like TV, /round table. And now this. I say we quit getting caught up in the baloney they're trying to sell us on mainstream media and seek justice with these ringleaders and get them locked up in a fancy cell where they belong. Check out my Instagram TV for a powerful video by Young Pharaoh. If you missed part of this show, it's going to be up on YouTube later. There are way more of us than them if we learn to come together and be smart and be wise about what's going on and don't buy into all of the hoopla and chaos, because they're trying to get us, they're trying to look for an excuse to get us all into martial law. So if you guys are losing your heads out there about all this and freaking out, it's really not going to do us, and it's not going to do anything to the ringleaders. They're just up there in their fancy houses right now just enjoying the show. So it's time we get wise and that we look into the deeper truths of these things that are going on right now any way that we can. It's time to take our head out of the sand. This is now the second time that this is pretty much the Truman Show. A lot of these people are actually actors and actresses out there playing a role to scare the crap out of people and to cause chaos and to cause division amongst everybody. So if you guys can I encourage you to take a look behind the scenes, and let's get these ringleaders where they belong, and let's seek some justice there, because we're dealing with the wrong people if we're attacking each other, and if we are dividing amongst each other, telling each other who should be wearing a mask and who shouldn't, and whether we should or shouldn't is dividing us. And then there's blacks against whites, which isn't even really happening. So Amy, don't fall for it, you guys.
We got a caller.
Okay.
Hello, what's your name and where you're from? Oh, she hung up.
Maybe I scared her. She's like, did I call the right show? I thought this show was about enlightenment and puppies and bunnies.
They'll call back. They always do.
That's true. That's too funny. Seriously, though, it's like now people are starting to go after the reporters. I think that's actually You know, it's like we need to do something about all the fake news going on right now.
Oh my God.
I mean, so much of this is staged. It's unbelievable. Even they have these white people dressed in black going up spraying windows. What is that association? Black Lives Matter. I've heard that's fake too. And so these white people are going up spraying these windows with BLM, and these black people are like, we don't need your help. No, thank you. We didn't ask you to do that. And now they're, putting graffiti all over the place, trying to make them look bad. So it's this whole thing is just ridiculous. We need to get to the bottom of what's going on and find, we gotta do something about what's going on at the head.
I don't understand why people can't get along.
The thing is, they do. They do get along. They get along great, but the mainstream media is making all this up. They seriously have actors and actresses that are acting this way. If you look behind the scenes, there are all these incredible videos about the peaceful, beautiful things that are going on as well. So it's like, in some people, yes, some people are getting triggered by it and getting involved, but a lot of it is just a show. And there are, some of these ringleaders have a hell of a lot of money that they're paying these people to do all this, to put on this production. It's seriously like the Truman Show. If you've ever seen the Truman Show?
Yes.
It's so crazy.
It is.
So don't buy into that stuff, you guys. There's not even any war going on. I mean, there is a lot going on, but it's just a cluster right now. It's a bunch of stuff, people trying to get everybody all stirred up so that they can start martial law, and don't buy into that. Don't buy into it, and I don't know. We just need to go deeper. We need to go deeper in what don't just buy what the social media is saying, what the mainstream media is saying. There's so much more going on. It's unbelievable, the contradictory information. It's an information war.
Exactly. That's exactly right.
Yeah. So
who can get one up on the next by coming up with something else? Yes.
Exactly. And if this blows over and we all get smart, then there's probably, I'm sure there's like an endless stream of things they're going to try.
Oh, it's going to be financial after this.
Yeah, we seriously need to like stop this fake reporting. Because that's the way they're getting to most people, is most people have bought into it for years. So hook, line, and sinker. They're believing everything that they're seeing and hearing.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy.
So how you feeling with your leg thing?
How
are they feeling?
I've actually lost about 16 pounds now.
Wow.
And
you still off sugar then?
Oh yeah, no sugar, Zippo.
Wow, holy cow!
And I only have coffee on Saturday and Sunday, and I use Splenda, but no sugar, no cookies, no cake, no ice cream. My wife bought me some sugar-free fruit bars, like ices, and sugar-free fudge bars. So. And she makes me sugar-free Jell-O. So I still
holy cow!
Yeah.
You have oh my gosh, you guys are so cute. You guys are so awesome.
Yeah, she takes care of me. So good.
Aww.
Yeah. But yeah, it's good. It's not that I'm walking better, but it is easier.
Okay.
I mean, you figure 16 pounds is like almost 2 10-pound bowling balls. Throw those over your shoulder, So
totally.
But yeah,
that's awesome.
I'm getting up easier. It's not as hard. But what's funny is that it's always something when you start to be at the age I am. I did something with my back a few weeks ago, just on my left side, and it doesn't hurt me all day. Isn't that funny? Doesn't hurt me all day, but when I go to bed, it starts killing me.
Really?
And I'm not sleeping good because of it. So I tried some icy hot. I don't know if you ever heard of that.
Oh, yeah.
On, yeah, it rolls on.
I like Tiger Balm.
Yeah, it's something like that.
Yeah.
It actually works. I mean, it's been helping me sleep, so, and that's all that I care about.
Well, let me do a blessing on that part, on the part about you going to bed and being in pain.
Okay.
Hang on just a minute. For everybody listening, this is called light language. The language of the soul, and it's transformative and a healing energy. Okay, here we go. Okay, so I'd also like to do a blessing to soothe the collective, you know, who are in fear right now and who are believing the stuff that they're seeing, and anyone who actually is interacting with this type of energy in their own town currently. Anybody who's feeling any kind of angst around what's currently going on in any way, this is going to soothe you. And it's also, I'm praying for you guys, for everybody to see the truth in all things, that all things hidden come to light as a result of all this monkey circus stuff. Okay, hang on a minute. Hai momomo ke lahnai sasena alaki nobo makena ela ishon se amama ikela amakurap aisa sena cheki alaki na sena alaki hu momaina alaki tanse ashiku mama maina alaki tansa ko shopumamake sisi nata alaki ifa hai kapo moko sisi sa nate alaki pumamoko homamaki chanseta tetela alaki haha momake sisi nala hoha mamaina alaki dansena. Okay, so the message that I was getting from Spirit is that they're saying what she meant to say was, basically, before reacting, look behind the production. Who's putting on the production? Is it really what it seems to be? Or do we need to look behind and see the Oz that's operating the whole thing? Direct your attention and your energies in a productive way, in a way that is focused, in a way that brings us all together, in a way that's going to be effective, that's not going to dig us in a deeper hole, if you know what I mean. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. Cool. All right. So the other thing I wanted to talk about, since nobody's called back, is that I've had a rare experience happen about 13, 14 years ago now. And it was that at the time I felt like I had become enlightened, but now that I look back and I have talked to other spiritual leaders like myself, they said that I was actually in the 5D, which is what we're coming to at the end of this in the new earth. So basically what that means is it wasn't anything like being a human being. It was like, how do you even explain it? Okay, so let's just say that I became aware of who I truly was. It's an energy field that's making our bodies animated. So I became more aware of my energy field of who I was than the person that I thought that I was. And that shift of consciousness caused me to completely let go of any identification with anything in my outer world. In other words, I was kind of living by instinct, and I was like filled with an energy that felt like God's love. I was just filled with Spirit, the Holy Spirit, completely. And that was animating my body. In fact, I couldn't even have thoughts anymore, nor did I want them, because they're unnecessary. Because when you think of having something happen, like say you're hungry or, something like that, all you have to do is think, just contemplate for a moment, I think I'm hungry. And then all of a sudden, somebody appears at your door and says, hey, guess what? I made an extra sandwich for lunch. Would you like one? So that's the way that we are supposed to operate as people. That's what we were actually made to do, and nobody knows it, because since we were little, we were explained, this is what society is, this is what people are, this is how we operate. We say that our name is this, and we do this. We operate on the physical world. So we forget who we are. We forget that energy, but the thing is, when we realize who we are and what we are is the energy, everything shifts, and all of a sudden you become this really powerful manifester. And you're able to, you live like Jesus lived, just in non-judgment and just compassion. You're just walking compassion. The things that come out of your mouth were not even contemplated. They're like given to you by God, and they're spoken to the people you're talking to. And you don't know what's going to come out of your mouth. It's just divine. And you make people cry because they hear it, and they're just like, oh my gosh, that's exactly, it hits them right center in their chest, where they're like, wow, I needed to hear that. So you walk around like this, and this is how we should all be, or could all be. We all have the potential to be this, because this is who we truly are. So some call it being present in the moment, because that is where this energy is realized. That's where, if we put our attention on this moment and quit using this moment as a means to an end, to some kind of better life up ahead, then we fully become one with that energy source, and it kind of transforms us from the inside out. And like I said, anything that we think about or that we wish for or that we would like to see happen actually starts to magically manifest before you. And I've done it probably 2 or 3 times in my life. The last time I did it, couldn't even talk because it was so profound. All I wanted to do was tell everybody to shush. So if everyone can take their focus and at least divide it halfway when they're doing other activities or watching the news or doing whatever it is that they're doing to get by every day, if they can start to put their attention more on that feeling of aliveness in their body and the fact that they are an energy being underneath all of this, then it starts to transform you, and it starts to transform everything. And it starts to even radiate out into the world, and it's like a peace bomb. It's like a peace bomb going off, and it's very transformational, especially if you're focused on love and peace. Then that's what you're going to start seeing in your world in a radius around you. So the more people who wake up at this time to realizing who they truly are, people like Mooji, Gangaji, Eckhart Tolle, even Byron Katie's work, her self-inquiry process actually kind of brings you back to this truth. But the more that we can make peace with this moment, which is especially difficult at this time, but at least try to even when I'm watching something, because I do want to be educated, I do want to learn about all of these difficult things that are to watch and to learn about. They are somewhat scary, on a lot of levels. But as I'm watching and learning, I'm also staying very present in the moment, and I'm also being the observer of myself. So I'm watching myself watching the movie. So detaching like that and becoming more the energy field of you, kind of watching and observing you, changes everything. If you look at quantum mechanics and things like that, and some of the experiments that they've done, you'll see that just that process, or just that act of witnessing, starts to actually change everything that you're witnessing and everything that you're looking at. So I'm able to take a look at all this difficult stuff, but really kind of ground it in a space of love while I'm doing it. So even when I knew I was going to do that little talk at the beginning of the show, I also was praying for us to forgive, because a lot of these people who are doing this, and a lot of people who've been sucked into it, if you're listening, you can change your mind. The money doesn't matter. You sold your soul to the devil when probably didn't even know it. If you're doing these evil acts for these people and getting paid a lot of money, they do not have your back, and you should know that. They do not have your back. I don't care what they told you. They don't. So you can change You can confess, you can tell, you can come out with your story and people will support you. They will. They're very forgiving. So I'm just saying, it's not about like rallying against anybody, but as long as if you feel like some of us have a certain life purpose or a passion, to have to speak about it, to have to do something and take action. Well, if you're going to take action, focus on the right thing. Focus on who's really behind all this. Go deep into it. Learn the information. Go, watch Fall of the Cabal. Get into some of the ugly stuff so that you can find out who's pulling these puppet strings and you can snip those strings and send the puppeteer to jail. Whatever needs to happen, because there's only like a couple handfuls of these people that are in power right now. There's like billions of us. So, it's like we can stop this and we can bring peace again. We can bring peace again. But forgive them too. Forgive them too. And thank them for, it's like the more that we can see that stuff, and it's coming to light at this time, the more we truly cherish those moments that we do have freedom and that we do see the sunshine and the birds chirping and beautiful skies and the life that we were living without the mask, just being able to get together for barbecues, a group of people just having a good time. If we want that back, we gotta be willing to get a little bit dirty and look at some ugly stuff, you guys. And we gotta start taking action that's more calculated, rather than just reacting to what we're seeing and just believing what we're seeing on mainstream media. So, and do it from a place of presence. Do it from that place of being really in the moment and knowing who you are and knowing that you're that energy field and all that I was saying. And you'll make so much bigger of an impact if you can do that. No callers yet, huh?
No callers. No callers.
You start studying. Start studying consciousness, you guys. If you haven't yet, start studying things like, I highly recommend Eckhart Tolle's book, A New Earth, and read the book. Don't be lazy and just listen to it. It's not going to be as transformational as if you're reading it. There'll be many parts where you get stuck on it, and you'll have to read it over and over and over and over again. But don't just, read it a bunch, but then go out in your life and practice it and see if it's true and stuff like that. And then you can come back to that bookmarked place and start again and kind of build on the knowledge that you just gained from experience. So keep doing that, and it'll be very transformational for you. Any of Byron Katie's books, if you learn how to do the work, it's a self-inquiry process. You won't have to go to counseling. You'll have no more mental health issues. Anybody you know that has mental health issues will be very, very helped reading any of her books and learning how to do her work. Any of that you feel drawn to. Learn how to stay in the moment. Learn how to be in the moment, how to stay in the moment, and you will be able to make anything happen. You'll be much more powerful than you even realize human beings are capable of. You'll be blown away.
Wow. That's intense.
I should have a warning for this one when I put it on YouTube. Warning. I have a shirt that says I should come with a warning label.
There you go.
I don't usually go this deep, you guys, but right now it's so needed, and it's time to cut through the BS and just pull the sheet off of this whole thing once and for all.
Yep.
Let's get to the bottom of this.
Yep.
Yeah, it's time to really take a look and quit hiding. Quit hiding.
It's getting ugly.
It really is, and this is just the beginning.
I think you're right.
If you can just think of them all as hoaxes, then try to figure out what's going on, what's causing this hoax. Why are they lying to us? Why are they doing this? Who is behind it? That's what you want to go. That's what you want to go after. Not what's happening in your face. Not what's happening, in the media. Because it's all a bunch of lies.
Yeah.
It's exaggerated tremendously. I mean, you watch white people who are doing the same thing, who are like looting and doing this crazy stuff and throwing things at windows, breaking them, and all this ridiculous stuff. And they act like it's a cute little, this cute little college boys went a little crazy, had a little too much fun this weekend, and they really downplay it. And, black people do it, and all of a sudden it's just like these monsters. And, it's like that's just an example. But, one of those corrupt cops killed this beautiful white girl too, and like nobody did anything about that either. So there's injustices all around, but it's not even about that.
Their lives are ruined, and if it comes up criminal, these guys have to go to jail. Good luck with that.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah. It's a very disturbing situation, but it is. Yeah. But just keep in mind, you guys, that it's a circus. It's a circus you paid for with your tax money, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's right. That's exactly right. All right, Amy, give out your information on how to get in touch with you.
Okay, if you go to Instagram, just look up Amy Satori, AMY SATORI. Put that name in YouTube and look for the Pink Lotus. That's me. Or you can just go to amysatori.com/services. I do readings. I do life coaching. I help you feel into anything intuitively that you want to look into, whether it's your career, your job, making a career change. If you're thinking of moving and relocating somewhere, I can tell you whether that's a good idea or not. I'm a healer, so I can help you guys heal any kind of an ailment and get to the bottom of why that issue was happening for you in the first place. So if you need help in any area of your life, whether it be your career or your finances or your health or whatever it is, or especially your love life, because I believe in true love, and I help people come together. So if any of that appeals to you, check me out. And this is also, just to clarify, this is not a political thing I'm talking about. I'm talking deeper than that. So it's not about that. It's about us getting lied to and played. So I am about truth. I'm about truth. I'm about justice. I'm about empowerment, and I'm about enlightenment. So, and if things start to look crazy in our world and I can provide some truth and some empowerment to you guys, then that's what I'll do.
All right, everybody. You heard it here, and you heard it first. This is Louis Michelson at Business Talk Radio. We have wonderful Amy Satori. If you've got any questions at all, get in touch with her. She can help you from your past to your future to now. Give her a call. Amy Satori. www.amysatori.com. They can't get any easier than that. All right, everybody. Don't leave us. We'll be right back.